The U.S. State Department has condemned what it calls China's dangerous and aggressive actions against the Philippine Navy personnel in the South China Sea. That's after Manila accused the Chinese Coast Guard of aggressively striking and wounding a Navy serviceman with a wooden baton in the area on Monday. Now, the Philippines released this video of the incident at the Second Thomas Shoal, where Manila maintains a military outpost.
Yeah, the Chinese Coast Guard also released their version of the confrontation, filmed from a different angle. They say rubber boats approached and collided with their patrol after ignoring repeated warnings. Let's get more on this with our China correspondent, Minmin Lo, joining us from Manila. So, Minmin, conflicting accounts of the conflict between Manila and Beijing. What can we make of this, and how much is this sort of at the backdrop or overshadowing those talks at the ASEAN meetings in Manila?
Yes, certainly the timing is coming just ahead of this ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, where we know Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is going to be meeting with his Philippines counterpart. And it's really hard to say who's right? It's a matter of he says, she says, because both sides are accusing the other party as the aggressor here. China obviously claims the area. It calls it the Ren Ai Jiao. Philippines calls it Second Thomas Shoal. And it says that the Chinese patrol boat was approaching too closely to its military outpost, and they were taking photos and videos, and that's why, according to the Chinese side, the Philippines then dispatched 2 rubber boats to approach the Chinese patrol boat, despite repeated warnings from the Chinese side. And the Philippine side, according to the Chinese, had used paddles to attack some of the Chinese servicemen, forcing them to take necessary countermeasures. So who's right or who's wrong? Take a look at the video and judge for yourself.
I guess it depends which version of the video you see, which is obviously both versions can't be true. So Minmin, against the backdrop, you're in Manila. It's the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting taking place. A possible meeting between the Philippine Foreign Secretary and the Chinese the top diplomat Wang Yi. What can we expect against that backdrop, or will other issues be priority here?
There's certainly a lot for the two people to discuss, because this is the first meeting since 2024 and the first since China had sanctioned Philippines defense minister after the Shangri-La dialogue over some of the remarks that he made that China says was damaging to bilateral relations. So, of course, the South China Sea issue is key, because even though tensions have been rising, the Philippines also have a mixed approach here, because they seem to be signaling openness to work with China to explore joint exploration of oil and gas projects in the disputed area. But yet this is happening at the same time as the Philippines pursuing delimitation talks with Japan to review maritime borders. That was something that irked Beijing and led to Beijing conducting these drills in the area east of Taiwan, including inspecting areas where there are undersea cables and fiber optic cables as well. And then, of course, there's the other big issue, which is President Marcos signaling that the Philippines will likely get involved in any war involving Taiwan just because of their close proximity. And this is, of course, something that has touched a red line for Beijing. So that's certainly something that both foreign ministers will have to discuss. And of course, don't forget, Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State, is coming to Manila as well. In his first trip as Secretary of State, he will be meeting with President Marcos. And this is something that will anger Beijing as well. Beijing will be closely watching this close relations between Philippines and the U.S.